Good morning. This is Jenny. I'm going to show you all a little bit of very specific stuff about my Macros Plus. And so we're going to talk a little bit about setting your goals in there and or editing your goals. You can see here that I've got some goals, which is 130 protein, 130 carbs, 60 fat. That's what I currently have. We're going to edit that, and I'm going to show you how to make changes. Then we're going to talk about searching within my Macros Plus and why that can create problems for you. And then we're going to do a custom entry. We're going to create a custom entry on an item, and I'm going to show you how easy that is, where you may actually spend more time searching for your product that you have then you could just create the entry yourself. So with that, let's get started. Let's go to the very bottom right where the little scroll bars are. And then on the 1, 2, 3, fourth item down, we have set nutritional goals. All right, you can see I have a lot of them here. I've been through quite a few different programs, different sets of macros over the years. I have a lot of them here to choose from. You can, if you end up lowering your macros or taking a diet break or something, you can always create a profile for you to use. So today we're going to enter what I'm actually on today, right now. And so I'm going to click on the plus sign at the top right. I actually put the name as the name. I use the amount of calories that I'm given, so that way I know how many calories that I'm taking in. So protein for me is 130, and these numbers should have been given to you already. So we're just going to pop in the protein, carbs, and fat and click done, click save. And then do you want to apply this to your profile now? Yes, I do. Okay, so if you back out now, back, and then click on the little calendar, now you can see that I have the 130, 180, and 65 as my calories, or as my macros. So that's how you add or edit goals. The next thing we're going to talk about is searching in my Macros Plus, and this is kind of a difficult topic for a lot of people. I know I struggled with it when I first started. So once you can get past this, then I think your life will be a lot easier. So hopefully I can straighten out some of this confusion for you. Anyway, so at the top left where you have your little 3 bars and the plus sign right next to your profile picture, we're going to click that. We have lots of options here. You also have a search that pops up here, and I'll just tell you right now that searching using this search from this spot is not going to work like you want it to. So to me, I think that my Macros Plus should remove this search feature here because it doesn't go in search for the correct things necessarily in this database. It doesn't work right, so it's just a little bit of a nuance. And I think that in future versions of this system, they'll probably fix this, but the search doesn't work well here, and I'll show you why in a little while. So 2 main places that you'll use a lot here are your customs and faves and your recents. So I basically eat the same thing for breakfast every day, and that's by choice. I prefer that. So a lot of my items that I have here, my egg whites, and my turkey sausage, they're always here in my recents because I've used them within the last 7 days. So anything that you use will be in your recents within the last 7 days. And then your customs and faves are those items you create custom and also items that you save. So we do also have a brand that is approved. All items within this brand called Macros Inc. are approved for use for you. So if you about 3/4 of the way down, you can click on Buy Brand, and at the top there's a Macros Inc. brand. Click on it and open it. So you can think of these as folder structures. Like when I go back, When I go back, where you see here by brand, you have all your brands, all kinds of brands. These are just folders essentially. So just think of them as folders and that you need to go open those folders. So we're going to open the Macros Inc. brand, and all of these items in here are approved and checked by our team. And we just ensure that these items never get changed by anyone, and they're locked down. So if you eat any of these items, you can come in here and, for example, like if I want to use fruit apricot, I'll click on it, and at the top right you can click on the little star and it will add it to your customs and faves, and it will stay there forever. So if I know that I'm going to eat apricot a lot and I'm going to use it a lot, I'm going to star it because I use this a lot. Now let me back out of here, back, and back to the main menu. Now I'm going to show you it's in my customs and faves now. So click customs and faves, and you'll see we can actually search now. The search will work within folders. So we are in the customs and faves folder, and I'm going to type apricot so you can see it down here. It is the second entry, and it's in my customs and faves. So that is probably between the two, one being creating your own entries and two using the Macros Inc. branded items. Those are the ways that you should be using items here. You do not want to go using ones that are in existence already. So we're going to use my peanut butter as an example here. I'm going to show you some searching stuff that's not working real well here. And I'm going to show you better ways to get your information logged. So I'm going to go do a search for Jif peanut butter right here from the front page. So you've got 3 items that come up, and it looks like none of them are even peanut butter. There's cereal, and some kind of brown sugar. That's doing a search from the very front page, from here. And you'd think that there would be a lot more. So if I say, for example, go into by brand, and I find the brand Jif inside the folder, Jif, I have all these entries. Now, so why in the world, when I search from the front page, why don't all of these entries come up? Well, that's the bug problem with my Macros Plus. And anyway, you can see how many entries there are here of peanut butter creamy by Jif. We don't know for sure if these are right. You're going to spend more time checking these than you would just creating your own entry. So this is why we only suggest using Macros Inc. brand or creating your own entries. So I'm going to show you how fast I can create this entry custom, and you should be able to spend an hour after you grocery shop just entering all of the data for the items that you buy and that you use on a regular basis, and wipe everything out. And like every time you go to the grocery store and you get new items that are not in your custom entries, just add them. It takes about 10 seconds. So adding a new entry, and this is an entry that you make that you know is right because you're verifying it against the label, instead of going and finding a similar item and verifying that everything's right. So you just want to just create your own. Just get comfortable creating your own. I promise it will get easier. It'll get faster. You'll get better. All right, so let's do add custom food. At the bottom, there's a button. The food name is peanut butter. And I'm going to put brand Jif. Jif. Serving size on the label is, and we want to check the grams here, that says 2 tablespoons, but we always want to write what grams that is. So that's usually in parentheses off to the side. And if the serving name does not default to grams for you, then delete it and type grams. It needs to be grams unless it's a liquid, which you'll use milliliters, and you will manually change that to milliliters if that's what the label says. All right, so you're only going to enter 3 things here, or 4, It's really fat, carbs, and protein. Or you could also add fiber if you want. Do not enter the calories. I repeat, do not enter the calories. Fat, protein, carbs only. Fat for this peanut butter is 17. Carbs for this peanut butter, 7. Protein, 8. So I'm going to go ahead and enter the fiber though, because I like to track it. If you don't track it, don't put it. But we do like for you to track that if possible, so just add that. Click save, you're done. And no, I don't want to add it to my daily log today. I'm not eating this. So in my customs and faves, when I do a search, you can search within this folder. Oops, sorry, peanut butter. There it is. There's my Jif peanut butter. And after you finished entering it into your customs and faves, it defaults to 1 gram. Like, so you can put however many grams you eat. 27, 63 grams. All right, that's probably not a good idea to have 63 grams of peanut butter, but it defaults to that 1 for you so that you can easily enter whatever grams you end up having for the day. So let me swipe down to get rid of that, cancel out of here. And again, it comes back to searching within a folder. So you need to go open this folder, do your search, and things will work right. Or search within brand, Macros Inc., then pull down on the menu and search from there. So again, searching from the front page is not going to work right. You'd think that you'd have 200 entries in here of all the entries that you found within Jif brand, but you don't. It doesn't work. So I'm just saving you the trouble. Okay, so we have talked about setting goals, editing goals, searching, and using the using the Macros Inc. brand and putting a star on those items that you use a lot if you want to use those, or creating your own entry. Honestly, it's the best way to go because those entries will be right and you won't have to go verify that those numbers are correct. You need these numbers to be correct because how accurate you are with your logging is going to determine how much progress you can make week to week. So you need this to be extremely accurate. All right, so that's it for now.